One of my favorite ways to use ChatGPT at work is to use it as my legal assistant. So sometimes when I've got a document or a contract or some kind of agreement, I'll quickly run it through ChatGPT and get a quick opinion to understand what the document is about. Right here, I'm in ChatGPT and I'm going to show you an example of how I've done this. So I've uploaded one of my agreements. This isn't a real agreement, it's just a sample agreement. And I've given it the prompt, please review the agreement document attached and summarize the terms. Please leave out names out of your response. I'm just doing this just to sort of like keep it anonymous, but it basically summarizes, it gives me the project scope, the services provided, the timeline, the fees, the payment terms, the termination, and additional conditions. So this gives me, since I'm not a lawyer and I'd like to understand what the document is about, or maybe this is a 50-page document and I want to get a quick snapshot of what's going on, this lets me know what's happening here. Next, I gave it this prompt. Is there anything concerning in this contract that I should be aware of before I sign? So it goes through the contract and it gives me a bunch of different clauses that I should be aware of before I sign. Now, I might decide to take this to a lawyer and get a second opinion. I might decide to go back and negotiate, or maybe I would like to be aware of what these stipulations are before I sign the contract. Either way, it gives me a bunch of different clauses that I should know about. So for example, rush fees and penalties, additional costs beyond the scope of the project, non-refundable fees, prepayment of third-party expenses, extended launch phase fees, automatic renewals, termination clauses, and no cap on costs for delays. So very handy if you don't know how to read a legal contract and you just want to get opinion. Now, one final thing is this is not a substitute for professional legal advice or a lawyer. ChatGPT is prone to hallucinations, which means that it can give you an incorrect response. It also may not be up to date on all the laws. So ChatGPT does have a cutoff date for training, so it might not be aware of some of the laws and regulations that might have recently been introduced. It also may not have up to date or correct information on a specific geography, location, country, city that you are currently in. So please don't use this as a substitute for an actual lawyer or a legal firm, which you probably should have. But if you just want to get a quick understanding of a document before you go to a lawyer, before you decide what you want to do, ChatGPT can be a good assistant for that.